Hello, everybody, and welcome. Thank you for joining as we explain the transition to Santa Barbara Clean Energy for the city of Santa Barbara. And we want to tell you a little bit more about the program and what it means for our community. So today, residents and businesses, or previously, only had one option for sourcing their electricity, and that was through Southern California Edison. And all of those decisions happen in a black box with very minimal public input. So rate-making decisions, where the power came from, what kinds of projects were built, and how dollars were reinvested in the Southern California Edison territory or returned to their shareholders, because they are a shareholder-owned company that returns a return on investment. So with Santa Barbara Clean Energy, we're sort of opening up all of those decisions. We're bringing them locally, and we're making those decisions based on our local priorities, which here in Santa Barbara, we do have a carbon neutrality goal established by the City Council in 2019. And we're leveraging Santa Barbara Clean Energy to reach a lot of those goals, and then to really provide substantial reinvestment in our community and in energy resilience here locally. We'll explain a bit more about how. So how does community choice aggregation work? That is what Santa Barbara Clean Energy is. It's called a community choice aggregator. And really what it means is that the city of Santa Barbara will buy and build carbon-free energy on behalf of the entire city. Edison will continue to deliver the energy to your home or business just like it does today, and will continue to maintain those poles and wires, as well as provide billing services. So you'll still only get one bill, which means from the customer perspective, there's very little change. The result, though, is a dramatically reduced carbon emissions here locally, an improved environment, and a better community through local investments, programs, and incentives, and controlled energy rates. So who is enrolled? Well, by law, everyone in the city of Santa Barbara is enrolled. The state did this in order to make these programs successful, because they knew that it would be a much greater lift for local jurisdictions trying to accomplish this to get everyone to opt in. So instead they said, let's make this an opt-out program where everyone is automatically enrolled and then has the choice to opt out. This means that in March of this year, every business and resident, or most of them, will be enrolled in the program. So that includes fire stations, the desalination plant, small businesses, large businesses, and homes. Just to reiterate, because this is a common point of confusion, this program does not impact electricity reliability because Edison does continue to maintain those poles and wires just like it does today. That's really important because a lot of people worry that with the city taking over this program that will be impacting reliability, and we will not. This timeline is really just to show that this has not been a quick decision or process. We started the process in June 2017 when the City Council adopted its 100% renewable electricity goal by 2030. Subsequently, we established that really community choice aggregation was the only way to achieve that goal, and have since been putting in the regulatory steps to implement a local community choice aggregation program. We launched the residential service in October of 2021 and are enjoying over 95% participation rate, which is substantially outpacing estimated numbers. So we're really excited about that. And we're gearing up to launch for businesses, industrial customers, and local government customers coming up in just a few weeks. So community choice aggregation, as the name suggests, is really all about choice. It's allowing you to have more than just the monopoly choice of Edison. So now you have the choice to stay in Santa Barbara Clean Energy, and we have a multitude of service offerings to meet everyone in the community's needs, or you can opt back out to Edison. It's important to note, and we'll go into each of these service offerings in detail, that there is no benefit to going back to Edison because, again, we have a service offering to meet any of your needs. So because Santa Barbara has such ambitious climate goals, we've defaulted everyone in at the 100% green offering, which is completely carbon-free, greenhouse gas emissions-free electricity. Because this is a better product than is offered by Southern California Edison, there is a slight premium for the product, just about $0.01 more per kilowatt hour. Most people are enrolled in this automatically, and this is the most substantial thing you or your business can do to reduce local carbon emissions. If your business or home cannot accommodate that small premium, we have the Green Start option that you can opt down to. Green Start is more carbon-free content than Edison, at least 50%, but substantially less than the 100% green offering. The key point about Green Start is that it's pegged to Southern California Edison rates, meaning at any given time, your rate will be exactly the same as it would be on Edison's standard service. So for those of you that are more cost conscious, this is the rate for you. And then for our local heroes, we have our Resilient program. This is for anyone who has solar panels on their home or business. And it's the same as what's called net metering agreement that you might have with Edison. The difference between Edison's program is that we pay over double the net surplus compensation rate, which is the rate you're paid if you overproduce over a 12-month period. You produce more than you use over the year. We pay 6.6 cents per kilowatt hour, and Edison at its highest pays just under 4 cents. So we're paying substantially more. For those that don't produce as much as they use on site, this would then be paired with 100% green or Green Start, just for that small surplus. So how are we different? Because you definitely are familiar with Southern California Edison. You may have also heard that our surrounding jurisdictions went with a different CCA program called Central Coast Community Energy. And really, the main reason we're different is because Santa Barbara has very ambitious priorities. We have a citywide goal of 100% renewable electricity use by 2030. We have our very ambitious and bold goal of carbon neutrality by 2035. And we really wanted to bring the control of achieving those goals to our city and its community. So now with this Santa Barbara Clean Energy program, we maintain local control over the rates, how those revenues are reinvested, and what types of programs and incentives we can offer our community. Furthermore, one of the foundational priorities of establishing Santa Barbara Clean Energy is to build towards local energy resilience. This way we can invest in local generation resources or even facilitate you to build generation resources on your home or business, whether that's solar or battery storage or some other energy supply mechanism. Additionally, as I mentioned before, all of Edison's decisions happen in a black box that we do not get to participate in. And with Santa Barbara Clean Energy, all of the decisions are made through the Santa Barbara City Council in a public, open, and transparent process where we invite the community to come and participate, provide public comment, and be part of the solutions that we're developing. We're small, local, and responsive. We like to say we have your home team because when you call one of us, we live and work in the city and we are representing the community that we're serving. I think that's really important. And lastly, this is a program for the community, designed by the community. So this is my favorite slide of the whole presentation because I think it really drives home the impact of Santa Barbara Clean Energy. The pie chart on the left side here shows the predominant sources of greenhouse gas emissions in Santa Barbara. Waste to landfills is very, very small and actually has reduced even more with the launch of the resource center at the Tahigas landfill. So that one we've taken care of, if you will. So that leaves us with transportation, one of the biggest nuts to crack, and then electricity and gas, which are really used in building energy use in Santa Barbara. With the launch of Santa Barbara Clean Energy, we eliminate the yellow piece of the pie. That's 20% of Santa Barbara's greenhouse gas emissions eliminated through the launch of this program, leveraging that carbon-free electricity. That is by far the biggest thing the city has ever done in terms of climate action. What's really exciting though, is that this program now gives us viable pathways to eliminate the teal and the green pieces of the pie through building electrification and vehicle electrification. For the first time in our city's history, we actually have a viable pathway toward carbon neutrality. And that's all made possible by Santa Barbara Clean Energy. So in order to meet and facilitate that transition to carbon neutrality, our program is very interested in providing incentives, rebates, and educational tools to our community to help make those electrification decisions. We are the only CCA in the entire state of California to launch with programs in place, which we're very excited about. And these are a few that we have going right now. So as I mentioned, our Resilient program pays you more for your solar energy. We've negotiated electric vehicle incentives with local dealers, as well as discounted battery and solar systems with local dealers. We're facilitating an education around building electrification by having induction cooktop demo kits available at the city's central library through the Library of Things. And we have B-Cycle electric bike membership discounts. And then what we're really excited about is we're working on larger scale battery storage installations and demand response programs that would allow people to monetize their energy saving and really control their energy costs a bit further. So those are things that are in the works, and we're really excited to launch them hopefully later this year. There are many business benefits to Santa Barbara Clean Energy. As we mentioned, this is not only the most impactful thing the city has done to fight climate change, but it is the single easiest tool and most impactful tool you can use at your business to fight climate change. This has tremendous PR value, as you can imagine. And we're trying to leverage that and really highlight our local heroes through our Make the Pledge campaign. We've had a substantial number of businesses that have made the pledge to stay in at the 100% carbon-free content product. And we're doing a substantial promotional campaign to make sure that those businesses are given their kudos for committing to carbon-free electricity. Additionally, we plan to invite businesses and residents to come to the table and help us design think our way to really innovative programs and solutions to our climate issues. And we are planning to design programs and incentives for you, for your needs. We want to hear from your business. What are your concerns in terms of energy and climate, and how could we design programs and incentives that help you make decisions towards a carbon neutral future? Lastly, as I mentioned before, we have that home team. So we're available to you whenever you need us to really answer your questions, help dig into some solutions with you, and hold your hand through the energy upgrade process. And we have some frequently asked questions that we want to address because these are the ones that we get a lot. And the first is, does this help with local energy resilience or prevent public safety power shutoffs? We have heard a lot about public safety power shutoffs in the last few years, and so it's important to address that. The long-term goal and plan is for this to substantially help local energy resilience by building those assets locally. But in the short term, it does not prevent public safety power shutoffs because those are really related to the Edison grid, and Edison is still maintaining those poles and wires. And so that is a decision that Edison makes due to weather related events to protect against wildfire, and that Santa Barbara Clean Energy has no control over that. Many businesses are on a special program with Edison, particularly one called critical peak pricing. And with the transition to Santa Barbara Clean Energy, you will be removed from that program. That tends to be a benefit for most businesses. That program pays you a credit to not use power during a certain time. But if you do use power during that time, you pay substantially for it. So most businesses actually end up paying more under the critical peak pricing program. If you want to change service options between Green Start, 100% green, or resilient, it's all easy to do on our website or at our call center. And you can change between the options at any time. Resilient is only available if you install solar. If you want to opt out, you can also do that at any time, but Southern California Edison does make you wait an entire year before you opt back in. So I would want you to be very sure that you want to opt out before you did that. And again, as I mentioned before, there is no benefit to opting out since you can either be at cost parity with Edison or get the enhanced benefits of the 100% carbon-free energy. Though this does not really apply to businesses, but it might at your home. If you are on a CARE or FARUP or other income qualified program, you do not lose those benefits. Those continue to be passed through on your bill and you do not lose that. We've also benefited from launching the residential phase first in terms of understanding where the points of confusion are for our customers. And so we wanted to walk through the bill a little bit. So quickly, will you receive two bills? As I mentioned before, Edison continues to provide billing services. And so you do just receive the one bill. It's just slightly longer than it used to be. And then you will now see a new section, as you see on the image here, that says Santa Barbara Clean Energy. This confused a lot of our residential customers where they thought this was an additional charge because they'd never seen this section on their bill before. But what happens is it's just a replacement charge. Edison has always charged you for generation and delivery of your electricity. And now Santa Barbara Clean Energy is just taking over the generation portion, as you see here. So it is not an additional charge. It's just replacing what Edison used to charge you. In terms of will your bill go up? If you stay at the 100% green, it will go up slightly by that 1 cent premium. For most, that is a very small, under 5% increase. What has also been confusing is that Edison has had a number of rate increases on the delivery side of the bill that has made it seem like Santa Barbara Clean Energy is increasing your bill higher. Of course, they've coincided with our launch in October, and they have another planned one in March that will take you off guard, possibly. This is very unlikely to be related to Santa Barbara Clean Energy, and it's just poor timing that they are launching their rate increases at the same time as we're launching our service. If you do have any questions related to that, we do encourage you to call us. Southern California Edison tends to be very confusing in how they share information, and we would love to walk you through your bill. In addition to dramatically increased delivery rates that Edison increased in October for all customers, so including commercial customers, you've already experienced that rate increase. They also continue to have significant issues with their new customer billing system. For example, many residential customers experienced high bills in January because Edison forgot to place the generation charges on a large number of CCA customer bills, not just in Santa Barbara Clean Energy territory, but throughout Edison's territory. And there are about 9 community choice aggregators that operate within SCE territory. So for all of those customers that they neglected to put the generation charges on in December, they put them on in January, in addition to the January generation charges. So your bill looked very, very high, even though it must have been lower in December. All of these things to say that there's a lot of confusion around the billing, not only on the customer side, but also on the Edison side. And so once again, I would just ask that you do call us if you have any questions about your bill, and we're happy to walk you through it. So in summary, what are the benefits of choosing Santa Barbara Clean Energy? That home team, I think, really just drives it home. We're here for you, and we understand this community very well. In addition to being, putting our money where our mouth is with the fight against climate change, this is a substantial impact for our community, and will provide pathways towards carbon neutrality that we've never had before. It'll also help us build local energy resilience, which is very important to our community. And you get to take control of your electricity sourcing. And then, of course, you get a choice now, which you've never had before, and that's really exciting. So with that, we'll open it up for questions.
Great, thank you, Adelia and Bree. I wanted to say on behalf of the Green Business Program of Santa Barbara County that the City of Santa Barbara is a really important part of our program, and you've been with us since the beginning, and to let our businesses know that we're partnering with you right now around your renewable energy program, and we're going to start requiring businesses that are getting certified within the City of Santa Barbara to make that choice for the 100% green level. That's going to be a core measure on our checklist, and you will be receiving all of the benefits that were just laid out in this presentation. And so I'm here to answer questions, and the City of Santa Barbara staff, wonderful people that they are here to answer all of those questions too, and help you see the benefits in making this decision on many, many levels. So I actually have a question on behalf of Traffic Solutions, also a partner in the Green Business Program. And let's see, it revolves around electric bikes. So I'm just going to read it, and then if you could answer the question for us, that would be great. So they're wondering about what effect the program will have on commute programs that encourage e-bikes. Will you be creating a rebate program like 3CE, their Electrify Your Ride rebates? And they're saying with their Easy Bike project, they have seen that the cost is still a barrier for e-bike purchase, and having rebates available for City of Santa Barbara residents and businesses alike, like 3CE offers for residents, would be helpful. So if you have any information on the e-bike.
Thank you, Fran. And Traffic Solutions. We are actively working on e-bike rebates at this moment. So yes, that is in progress. We do have the B-Cycle reduced memberships because we think that active transportation and electric commute piece is very important. In terms of how this will impact commuter programs, we hope to be an active partner with all of our local nonprofits and CBOs that are doing this great environmental work that complements the goals of Santa Barbara Clean Energy and the city of Santa Barbara so well. So we are an eager and willing partner in all of these things and are really excited to see how we can leverage each other's programs and resources.
Great, thanks. Yeah, I like that phrase, leveraging our resources. That's what it's all about. So I have a question too. You touched on the project or the part of your program that allows people to check out induction cooktop demo kits. And I can see how that would be really helpful in a residential setting. You know, if you're thinking of replacing your gas stove or cooktop or whatnot with induction, how might that work for a business, say a restaurant?
I mean, it would still be a small scale proof of concept for them, right? Very similar cooktop. We have batted around a few ideas to try and get restaurants on board in terms of having a cooking competition and trying to showcase a variety of chefs using them. At this time, you know, there are a lot of priorities with Santa Barbara Clean Energy, and it's hard to put a lot of resources in that when we have so many other avenues that we want to pursue in terms of building and vehicle electrification. But we do plan on doing more demonstration projects down the line. But for now, you can check out a demo kit and just try it out. I think even for a chef, you know, you get a sense of how the elements cook and how, you know, the feel of the cooking process on the one burner cooktop.
Fun. I think that sounds like a lot of fun. Let's see, I had some other notes, some things that I wanted to ask you. Maybe you could tell us a little bit more about the Make the Pledge program, how if a business is interested in staying opted in to the green level, how could that work for them? And should they reach out to you? What's the best way to do that?
Absolutely. We're so excited to be showcasing all of these businesses that have, you know, just substantiated that this is what they've been waiting for. And so if a business would like to be highlighted through the Make the Pledge, and again, it goes out through all of the city's social media channels, newsletter channels. We've been promoting it on our website through a variety of avenues. Then they should contact Bree or myself, and we will just ask them for a quote. We've gotten some great quotes so far from businesses, a logo, and then we'll put together that pledge tile and get to work promoting them.
Great, thank you. Let me just double check over my notes. I was writing furiously during your presentation. See if I have any other questions. Is there anything else you wanted to add, maybe for businesses that are getting started in this certification process?
Yeah, you know, I think I would just say, again, there's been so much change and information in the energy world, even the last 6 months, that I think it's very understandable that people are feeling overwhelmed and confused. And so again, we are here, Bree and I both work in the city of Santa Barbara and are very invested in this community. And we would love to, you know, walk you through what's happening, how it might impact your business, and then, you know, think through some solutions with you. So we're always available.
Great. That's perfect. Yeah, I mean, that's really the hallmark of the Green Business Program. We're very hands-on and like to work one-on-one with a business. So we appreciate that that's something you can offer our businesses as well. Sometimes just sitting in a room together and hashing things out and having a better understanding of the business and how your program works and how their business works, you know, can come up with some really great solutions that way. So
absolutely, we
appreciate that. And do either of you have any questions for me, or are we wrapping things up here?
I think we're all set. I don't think I have any questions.
No, yeah, just thank you so much for joining us and for partnering with us.
You got it. I think we have a lot of fun projects to work on together, and going to see some great impacts from this. So thank you. Thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you for hosting us.
Thank you.